Welcome back to English Speaking Practice for Beginners. Today, we're diving into why English is so crucial when you're flying internationally. Did you know, David, that English is the official language for international aviation?
Absolutely, Emma. The International Civil Aviation Organization mandates it. No matter if you're flying to Paris or Hong Kong, English will often be the language of announcements and instructions.
Right! And that means passengers should at least know some basic English phrases to communicate effectively. Imagine if someone didn't understand safety instructions because of a language barrier.
That could be quite risky. On the flip side, even a few polite words in English can make interactions much smoother. It's like having a universal key to unlock communication.
Exactly. I once met a traveler who couldn't speak English, and she missed her meal choice because she couldn't understand the options.
Oh, that's unfortunate, but it highlights how essential these phrases are. What if we lived in a world where everyone knew just a bit of English? It would make traveling so much easier.
I agree, David. And thankfully, more people are learning English every day. The statistics show a rise in English learners worldwide, which is promising.
And as more people travel, the necessity for English grows. It's like a global passport for communication.
Yes, and for those listening, don't be afraid to practice. Even if you're not perfect, the effort is always appreciated by flight attendants.
Absolutely, Emma. So, let's equip our listeners with the tools they need. Ready to dive into some practical phrases?
All right, Emma, let's get started with a common situation: ordering food and drinks on a flight. How should one respond when a flight attendant asks, "Would you like something to drink?"
Good question, David. A simple response could be, "Yes, water please." Or you might say, "Coffee please," if you're feeling a bit sleepy and need a pick-me-up.
And don't forget, you can always politely decline with a "no thank you." It's all about being clear and courteous.
Exactly. Now, when it comes to meal choices, they might ask, "Chicken or pasta?" How should our listeners reply?
Easy! You could say, "Chicken please," or "Pasta please." It's straightforward and makes the attendant's job a bit easier.
It's amazing how these small phrases can make the experience more pleasant. I remember a flight where someone just pointed at the food. It was a bit awkward.
Haha, pointing can definitely lead to misunderstandings. But speaking up with these phrases ensures clarity.
Right. And what if you want a specific drink that wasn't offered, like juice? How should one ask for that?
Great point. You could say, "May I have some juice, please?" It's polite and direct.
Perfect, David. With these phrases, our listeners will feel more confident and prepared for their next flight.
Now, let's discuss how to address in-flight needs or issues. For instance, David, how would you ask for a blanket?
Ah, a classic request. You can simply ask, "Excuse me, may I have a blanket, please?" It's clear and courteous.
Great! And what if you're thirsty? A polite request might be, "Can I have some water, please?" It's important to stay hydrated during flights.
Definitely. And finding the restroom is another common need. You could ask, "Where's the restroom?" Simple and to the point.
Yes, indeed. But sometimes things go wrong, like your seat not reclining properly. How should one bring that up?
You could say, "Excuse me, my seat doesn't recline." That signals to the attendant you need assistance.
Exactly. And if your headphones aren't working, a similar approach would be effective.
Sure, you'd say, "Excuse me, my headphones don't work." The key is to be polite and clear.
These small interactions can really enhance your flight experience. Have you ever had an issue that a simple phrase helped solve?
I have. Once, my screen wasn't working, and a quick, polite request had it fixed in no time. It really pays to know these phrases.
Let's share a real-life story about the power of polite English. Once, on a flight to London, I needed tea but didn't know how to ask properly.
Oh, really, Emma? What happened then?
Well, I just said tea, and the flight attendant gave me a cup, but I could tell it sounded a bit abrupt.
Haha, I see. And how did you feel about that interaction?
I realized later how important it is to add please and excuse me. Now, I always say, "Excuse me, may I have some tea, please?" It's much better.
That's a great lesson. A small change can make a big difference in how we're perceived.
Exactly. And it's these little details that our listeners should practice.
Absolutely. Like you said, Emma, adding those polite phrases makes the interaction smoother and more pleasant.
Yes, and for those listening, remember, polite English is your friend in any travel situation.
True, Emma. So, what's next on our agenda?
Let's review the essential phrases we covered today. These are your go-to expressions for a smooth flight.
Of course. Starting with drink requests. Yes, water please, or no, thank you. Simple, but effective.
And for meal choices, chicken please, or pasta please. Don't forget to smile as you say it.
For in-flight needs, excuse me, may I have a blanket please? Or, where's the restroom? Are great ones to remember.
Also, addressing issues like, "Excuse me, my headphones don't work." It's concise and courteous.
Right, and if you practice these phrases before your flight, you'll feel more confident and capable.
Absolutely. It's all about being prepared and polite. Our listeners should try them out on their next trip.
Definitely, Emma. And soon, they'll be using these phrases naturally without thinking twice.
So true, David. Practice makes perfect, especially with language.
And now, let's look forward to our next topic, which is just as exciting.
Next time, we'll explore Hotel English, essential phrases for checking in and out. That's another area where English comes in handy.
Indeed, Emma, hotels can be daunting if you're not familiar with the lingo, but we'll make it easy for our listeners.
Exactly. And those who found today's episode helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with friends.
Yes, your support helps us continue creating these free lessons, and we love hearing from you.
Feel free to leave a comment with any questions or topics you'd like us to cover. We're here to help you travel with confidence.
And remember, the key is to be polite and practice often. English doesn't have to be intimidating.
Very true, David. So, let's all keep practicing and improving together.
Can't wait to see you all in the next episode. Until then, happy travels!
All right, that's all for this episode. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye-bye, everyone. Keep exploring the world with confidence.